Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live from the outskirts here, and it's the Gaming Saloon for March 22nd, 2026 with your Speedbaker 2448 and Ramp It Up Salon.
Hi.
We have a lot of news, including something you probably won't believe.
This is me trying to figure it out.
It's the last one.
No, I believe that, actually.
It feels a bit like fucking okay, sure, I guess.
That fifth one, I don't believe.
Oh, yeah. I
We'll
wonder why that happened. I wonder why that happened. It could be any reason. But yeah, before we get into all our news and stuff this week, Tommy, what have you been playing the last couple weeks?
Not really a whole lot. I kind of dabbled a little bit in Pocopia, but that's about it.
Oh, not enough to have any thoughts on it.
I mean, it's a good, if you want to just chill kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've not gotten in deep enough to really give decent thoughts with it, though.
So, I've put the 2 hours into Slay the Spire 2.
I mean, the only reason I didn't mention Slay the Spire 2 was because we kind of did it last night.
Yeah. I'm at almost 30 hours played.
Yeah. I could see that.
Oops, you gave me a roguelike that feels really good. Oops, I fell down the rabbit hole. Where did these almost 30 hours go?
I have maybe a tenth of that in my copy of it, but
I have, like, most of the timeline actually filled out. Surprisingly.
I do not.
Granted, the timeline doesn't ask for a whole lot.
Oh.
Thankfully.
My bad. So when I'm on the library page, it says that I've gotten 4 hours in on it. When I click the game, it says I've played 3 hours. I don't know which one to believe.
Because the hardest epochs that are, the hardest things on the timeline is basically do Ascension 1 with each of the characters individually. So there's one for each of the 5. And that's the hardest thing it's going to ask. And that's also the thing at the end of the timeline for all of them.
Did you know they've got a public beta version on Steam?
Yeah. Yes.
Is that what you're in or no?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm on just regular release version of the game. Yeah, apparently, like, they did a whole bunch of changes on the public beta version, apparently, and people were not liking those changes and were vocal about it, and the dev went, you're in the beta version, we're gonna change stuff. We're gonna take feedback on it, but, like, we're in early access on this, so shit's going to change a lot. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's kind of expected. Like, technically, you can unlock score epochs, but they don't give you anything yet. I forget which exact ones, but like those, and there's a couple others that you'll unlock, and you don't get anything out of that epoch yet, because they haven't implemented those yet. Also, a lot of the epochs, the art for them is whoever they told to make something in MS Paint that day as a placeholder. And I appreciate that so much.
I noticed that in the timeline there's some of them too, and I'm like, you didn't have to tell us that was a placeholder. You could have just done that, and that would have actually fit with the theming of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Also, part of me kind of hopes that someone decides to pull all of that stuff and make a mod when the game is finished to just put all of that back in.
Mm-hmm. I hope that devs realize that people like this placeholder art and just make it a toggle of just like, oh, yeah, you can just toggle on the placeholder art if you want. We'll just keep it in there. It's a PNG that's like, I don't know, it's half a kilobyte. Sure, here, keep it. I was trying to find ones that didn't unlock anything, but I can't find any at the moment. Yeah, I cannot find one. Oh, well. But yeah, I appreciate that every character is not only is playable, they have about 2 to 3 different ways to play them.
Yeah.
Because even Ironclad, who is about as bare bones basic as you get as the character when the characters go, especially since he is your first character, he still has a couple different methods to do of like, well, he has his strike variation. He has using health as a resource variation. And then there's Hellraiser, which people have found out, ooh, I can do an infinite with that. Because I assume you don't know what Hellraiser does.
Nope.
So Hellraiser is a power, if I recall correctly, it's a power, and it basically says if you draw a strike card, it's played for free, and you draw another card.
Oh. So then you just stack your deck with strike cards, and
I think it's specifically pommel strike cards, because I don't... Wait, no, it doesn't do the draw part. You stack it with pommel strikes, because pommel strikes hit and then draw a card. And Hellraiser plays it for free if it draws a strike. So it's like, I just stack my deck with pommels, have Hellraiser, and the game basically plays itself. It is basically that one moment in the original Yu-Gi-Oh series where it's like, you don't get another turn. Too bad.
What do you mean turns? This is my battle.
It is my turn. It is my turn forever until you die. Yeah, there's that. Like Silent has knives for days or poison.
I like me some poison.
Mm-hmm. I think the win I got on Silent was with knives, I think. Because you can get dumb with knives to the point that the game has to go, nope, these knives have to go into this card pile. Your hand's too big. There is a hand limit in the game, surprisingly.
Yeah, I know. I've hit that.
Regent feels like the big brain character because he has that additional resource pool.
And I don't know. I just didn't quite like that one when I was trying them. Mm-hmm. It also didn't help that was, I think, one of my earlier deaths.
I think I prefer doing Forge with him. His Forge variation, which is just, I'm a summoning the sword. I'm gonna make the big sword stronger and bigger and bop you in the face with it.
I think that was the thing that I couldn't quite grasp, and it might be a case of it's just too far beyond what I'm capable of doing right now.
Yeah. Let's see. Necrobinder has Otzi, which a daily run showed me what the peak of Otzi gameplay is, which is just, hey, what if your deck is all Otzi cards? All right, I get to do 200 plus damage off one attack.
Yep. Because if you have the right cards in your hand, you can do massive damage without using any energy.
Yeah. A run I got going today made it to Act 3 final boss. Unfortunately, the boss was doing way too much damage for me to counteract, so I failed it. But it was Necrobinder Otzi. Then you got Necrobinder Doom, which is a variation of Poison.
Except for you got to have enough defense to be able to survive. Because that's the counterbalance to Doom.
And then Defect is either Orb gameplay or... Have you heard of this card called All for One, which just goes, draw all your cards, discard everything that doesn't cost 0. Guess what he's got? He's got the 0 cost card that is... that powers itself up for how many ever copies it has, and it's, I think, 3 damage plus a vulnerable.
Huh.
I haven't done that one yet. I've kind of fallen into doing more orb runs, and it feels like orb runs has like its own like subsection off of how you play orbs. Since there are 6 orbs in the game. I think there's 6 orb types in the game. Because there's electric, which is single target damage. There's ice, which is block. There's plasma, which is energy. Dark, which is I think still single target damage, but it's like it grows over time. Glass, which is multi-target damage. There should be one more, but I can't think of it. It might just be 5. But you can like focus on one specific orb part or type over others.
Like you were doing last night.
Yeah, I found that it's better to do... I think I've had the most success with electricity plus frost. Because electricity is your damage, frost is shield. And if you can get to the point where you're cycling that consistently, you're getting shield as you're dealing damage, which is important. That's how Defect is supposed to work, is you're supposed to like cycle those orbs out consistently over and over and over again. You should never be able to pop an orb and then nothing happens. You should always just, hey, I popped an orb and it made the next orb, the first orb, go. But yeah, I think I had a Defect run go deep as well in the last couple of days. But yeah, everyone's got like good setups. Everyone's got good cards. Some are way more busted than others. But you know what? Good. Good. Let characters be dumbass busted in this game. Like, I think that's kind of the joy of something like this, is just seeing someone post like the end point of their build and just seeing dumb, stupid shit happen. Because it's not like they have anything really special from you playing the game. They just built it better. Or they just had a seed work out in terms of picking up the cards and stuff. Which I think is also the benefit of this game, because it feels like every time I've lost a run, it's my fault I lost the run. It's not really RNG's fault. There might be like 1% of runs where that feels like the case.
I can honestly say the worst that I think I've seen with RNG was literally yesterday, when it kept wanting to give me opening hands with no defense whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
That's honestly the worst that I've seen it.
Yeah.
That and then it proceeding to be a smart aleck and on the enemy's buff phase give me all the defense.
Yeah. But otherwise, it's like I've always felt like, oops, I built my deck wrong. I can't keep up. Or, oops, I made the wrong choices when I was playing cards. I'm taking too much damage. Or I chose pathing wrong. I should have chose a different path. Because so much of the game, you dictate. You choose where you're going down a path. You're choosing the order the cards are played. You're choosing what to add and take away from your deck. You're choosing what potions and artifacts to grab. You're choosing a lot of things in this game. So at the end of the day,
my problem, though, I disagree with the pathing part of it because I have intentionally tried to avoid some of the elites just to get smacked in the face by an enemy that should have also been an elite.
Yeah, I think some enemies could use a little bit of rebalancing. I think, like the four-headed serpent guys, I think if you bop them in the head, they should not be attacking.
That or mark them different. We've got the different levels of enemies. Mark them different.
Yeah.
Don't let me go into one that I feel like I should be able to slap senseless and I get smacked in the face with someone that's got like 400 HP.
Yeah.
That's not what you're telling me on the map. But I also had that same problem with Slay the Spire 1. It seemed like every time that I would lose, it was because I was trying to pick the easier path, and the game said, about that, you're dying.
Yeah, but the one statue guy, I think, also does too much damage for...
Yeah.
Actually, no, he is an elite, but I also think he just deals too much damage because he's an Act 1 elite.
They need to have 2 different levels for elites. They need to have your lower level elites, which are more common to run into. But then they need to have like one that maybe has extra fire around it or something, and it be ones like that statue or something similar to it.
Yeah.
That way you know, oh, if I'm going into this, I'm probably going to die, but it's going to be fun no matter what.
Yeah. I think that's the best thing is just like, what do I have to complain about? Well, I think some numbers are just a little too big on some enemies and stuff. And it's like, that is so easily like changeable. Just number tweaking. That's it. I don't really have any other like complaints or problems.
I'm even either number tweaking or change it to where the map displays them differently.
Yeah.
It ain't got to be a huge change in display, but just enough to where someone can be like, oh, this is that one that's probably going to beat me to a pulp.
I would also like high contrast colors on the map, because that was a mod I had for Slay the Spire 1 and I really liked it, and they haven't done that for Slay the Spire 2, and I'm like, I don't know if people just didn't use that mod, but I like the nice, brighter, distinct colors for the different icons to make it really easy to identify them.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that.
But that's like minor, like incredibly minor. Like somebody can mod that in and I'm like, all right, that's fine. I've got a mod for that. Y'all don't need to do that. I do hope, since they are going to get Steam Workshop up and running soon, because I think the last when they put out a patch recently, they said, hey, Steam Workshop's like kind of next on our list. I'm like, folks making characters, lean into the fact that we have a timeline now. Make epochs for characters. Give characters lore of why they're at this spire and why they can want to kick this person's ass. Do it. I would love for just
I don't know how easy that will be, though.
I know that it entirely depends on how they do it tool-wise, but I think that would be fun.
It also will be interesting to see how many of the Slay the Spire 1 mods get redone in Slay the Spire 2.
Yeah.
And I say it specifically that way because it can't just be a copy and paste.
Yeah, because since we have co-op integrated now, there is co-op characters and co-op mechanics. So I know the Decade mod's not going to get ported over because that mod basically got abandoned years ago. But maybe somebody will do a writer mod eventually.
Basically, the only way the Decade one's gonna be in Slay the Spire 2 is if one of us figures out how to do it.
Basically. And then finishes the mod, because the mod is unfinished. There is things that mod should be doing that it does not do.
I wish they would give, like, some kind of Forge-esque tool set where you could just go in, make the cards, and then some kind of a program's telling you whether or not it's a viable mod or not, kind of deal. Because I'm sure there has to be some kind of, for their end of it, developer tools that lets them know, okay, this deck has to have XYZ synergy, card amounts, whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if there was something like that.
Yeah, I'm really happy with Slay the Spire 2. It has consumed basically any and all time I wish to play a video game in the last, like, 2 weeks. It will probably continue to, because I've also decided, well, since I specify for games like this, well, for Star Realms Endless, like, hey, this is the specific game completion condition to mark it as, complete for the year. I do have Slay the Spire 2 complete the timeline on my game completion or my backlog list. Just because I'm like, okay, what would be completion for Slay the Spire 2 for me? Okay, complete the timeline, because I am not gonna like try to hunt down every artifact and like complete like the library of stuff for like the artifacts and cards and all that. I don't think I want to go that far, but I will complete that timeline, especially because it's easy enough to do. I just have to get better at the game.
I could see that, or I could also see a completion goal being beat each of the characters kind of deal.
Yeah.
I could see either of those truthfully being a good, I guess the best way to say would be low tier completion.
Yeah, just saying you beat the game, like, hey, you got to run with every character. Not even Ascension 1, just Ascension 0, because I think you chain unlock the characters from a new save file. I believe that's how that works.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
and that's after one play. No matter how far you get the next one more often than not.
Yeah, so even from a speedrun sense, that is how that works. Which, now that I think about it, I have not seen any speedrun for Slay the Spire of either game. I'm really curious what that looks like.
Oh boy.
I don't think I would ever speedrun this game, but I'm like, what does a Slay the Spire speedrun look like? Like, what is the preferred character? What is the preferred, like, pickup cards? Because there are some cards that are better than others, to be honest. But that's basically all I got. I think the only other thing I've really done is work on spine arts for brighter Blu-rays. I'm trying to make the sprites, since that's the longest thing, or thing that takes the longest, of me just staring at a sprite sheet going and comparing it to a still image from a video and going, is this the sprite? Is this the sprite? Is this the sprite? Is it this sprite? Just angled weirdly. You would be surprised by how hard that is. Anything else before we hit the news?
I'm just looking things real quick. So I'm gonna assume that the speedruns for both Slade Spire and 2 are like stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Considering some of the times are like extremely low. Like sub 10 minutes kind of deal per character.
Yeah, I'm seeing this. The longest I'm seeing is Ascension 10, any percent unseated at like 22 minutes.
Yeah. There is like some early runs more than likely for the Silent that is closer to that hour mark, but yeah. So yeah.
They are dumb. Good.
Yeah.
Oh god, all achievements for Slade Spire 1's only like 3 hours, basically. Alright, news?
Yep.
Alright. We have Sonic 4 title. It's Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Jim Carrey and Keanu Reeves are back as Robotnik and Shadow, respectively, because why would they not be?
I mean,
I believe for Jim Carrey, it's just like, this is the only thing, this is literally the only thing I do movie-wise anymore, because I'm technically retired. Let's see. We also are getting Ben Kingsley and Nick Offerman, but they have not disclosed who either of them are. Kristen Bell will be voicing Amy in this movie. Otherwise, we are dealing with Metal Sonic, and that is all we know. Besides, it's probably a time travel plot.
huh. Well then.
Yeah. I think the teaser at the end of Sonic 3 basically implied that. I'm guessing it's a case of someone got a hold of Sonic, managed to make a metal version of him. Oops. We made this into Terminator and basically made Skynet, but Metal Sonic. And Amy has time travel from the future to stop that from happening. That's my guess. For the other major video game movie, we got the final trailer for Mario Galaxy movie with a direct. It basically confirmed that Donald Glover is Yoshi, Luis Guzman is Wart, and Issa Rae will be the Honey Queen. Otherwise, it is very much a Mario Galaxy movie.
Huh.
I don't know if you saw this trailer or not.
No.
Fair. It was the trailer for this movie, and I'm like, cool, I'll watch this movie eventually. I don't have any other bigger thoughts. Movie is out April 1st. Sonic is out March 19th next year. So, any other thoughts on either movie?
Nope.
So, in other news, for some reason, Mega Man's regular voice actor Ben Dixon is not back for Dual Override. And apparently, Capcom's not going to offer a union contract, which is why he's not back. And this has also led to SAG-AFTRA placing a no work order on this game, saying, hey, don't work on this if you are union. I don't know why this has happened. It just has. We don't have much other details on it.
Well then.
Yeah, apparently Capcom offered him a contract that said, hey, you've got full AI protections. We're not going to use your stuff for AI generated anything. But that wasn't enough. So, yeah. We still don't have a whole lot else on Dual Override. Any other thoughts?
No.
All right, then. The news that everyone has decided to clown on. Nvidia at a showcase recently showed off their DLSS 5 rendering, which utilizes AI technology to make your games look better. As you can see from the comparisons, no, it don't. It kind of makes it look like AI generated content.
Yeah, but I mean, that makes it look better.
It makes it look worse, to be honest. Like, I'm pretty sure you can ask Joe, like any regular person, like show them either of these comparison shots and be like, which one of these looks better? They're probably picking the left one.
I don't know. I feel like that's a bad one to pick anyhow.
Oh, of the two comparisons we've got in the article?
Yeah. Because, I mean, let's be fair. When did we jump back a couple of generations on consoles? Because I swear that does not look like something that should be made today kind of deal.
Mm-hmm. I also think they haven't really shown this in motion. They've been showing this fairly in like just ambient shots in cutscenes. So we don't know what this looks like in like real-time gameplay settings. So yeah.
Because I'll be honest, with it off, that screenshot they grabbed almost looks like they grabbed a PS3 image. Not where we're at today. So regardless, that feels bad to make that comparison as it is.
Yeah.
And what's sad is, I know that's from a newer game.
Yeah, that's from the current Resident Evil game that released like last month.
Yeah, that's the worst part of it.
The other one is from Starfield. I will note, since people clowned on this so much, Capcom themselves basically went, we had no idea what the end result was. They didn't show that to us. So we don't like this. I think basically every dev has went.
I hate saying it. Honestly, it makes it look like Capcom probably needs to up their game. Just putting that out there.
I'm trying to think if Requiem is on RE Engine, because I think it is. Yeah, it's on RE Engine.
Because honestly, yes, AI is something we've got to be very careful with. As far as artistic side of it. But as far as character models go, I think the AI did a better job than what Capcom did. I hate saying that.
I love how the AI invented like a completely different hair color for her out of nowhere.
I can honestly say though, yeah, you're right on that, but it honestly fits better.
Just invent a whole new hair color for her.
I can honestly say though, when you're taking the entirety of that scene into consideration, you can clearly tell that's AI.
Yeah.
The background is too fake.
It
AI has never done good with background elements.
It is too fake, and it's too clear for what this is supposed to be, because it's supposed to be raining and dark. This looks like it's the middle of the fucking day. And it is not raining.
Like I said, AI sucks at background elements.
Mm.
As far as individual models, it usually does honestly pretty good. I'm not going to say perfect because there's definite flaws with it, but quite frankly, this one and honestly both of these, you can definitely tell character models it does better with compared to background.
Mm.
Granted, the Starfield one, the background doesn't look near as fake, but that's because, I mean, it is a fake background to begin with, so...
There's also not that much it has to deal with.
Yeah.
So it can't fuck up that much.
I'm not gonna disagree with the looks like a cheap AI filter, but even the crappy AI filter tends to do pretty decent with models. It's always the background elements that it struggles with.
And the Digital Foundry basically sunk their reputation on this because they talked this up so much and everyone went, this doesn't look that good.
Like I said, character model wise, I could be like, yes, that looks fine. I don't like that it's changing too much.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it doesn't look like crap. Backgrounds they should have probably thought about before they just said, hey, this is what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, anything else?
No.
All right, so Microsoft has decided to delete all of their This Is an Xbox marketing material.
Lies, you can't delete stuff on the internet.
I wonder why they're doing this. It's almost like someone recently left the company that staked their entire reputation on this exact thing.
Yeah, but I mean, this microwave is an Xbox.
See, it's got a sticker. It's got the X on it. It's an Xbox, right? I can play Doom on this, right?
Look, if it can play Skyrim, it's an Xbox.
But yeah, this kind of goes along with their new folks in charge being like, we're putting the focus back on exclusives and on the Xbox itself. And I go, bet, let's see you actually do that. Do it.
I find it funny. Microsoft and Sony tried so hard to quit making boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Just for them to now be like, maybe we should focus on making boxes.
Tangentially related, but a new Neptunia game got announced. And then there's basically magical girls that represent the different consoles. They have these two girls that represent the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S, and for their magical girl form, they basically do a double and do the fusion dance. Where is my Xbox magical girl that's pretending to be an Xbox magical girl, but in reality is an Asus magical girl? Where's my ROG Ally stand-in? Because that's the Xbox. That's an official Xbox. Where's that one? You do Magical Girls for the portables. Where's that one?
I mean, to be fair, there could also be one for the Steam Deck that could just fake being an Xbox as well.
That too. Where's my Steam? Where is the Steam one? But yeah, I'm once not surprised, but I'm also like, are you sure this is what? Are you sure you're not doing this? Because I don't think you are. You keep saying things that you think are going to win people back over, but you have burned a lot of bridges over 2 gens.
The only way that I could believe this is if they infuriate most of the PC gamers that use the Xbox Game Pass and remove the Game Pass from PC. I am throwing that gauntlet down. That is the only way I will believe that this is actually going to be a thing. Alienate yourself so bad that people don't want to deal with you, period. And then I'll believe that you've decided to do this.
You think they would go the step further and just delete Game Pass in general?
No, they won't get rid of Game Pass in general. But if they want to actually pull this off, they need to get rid of Game Pass for PC.
Oh, I forgot to put this in, but there's nothing really to it. Sony is reportedly renaming PSN to just PlayStation.
Because that won't confuse people at all.
Yeah. I'm like, why? Why are you renaming it? Why are you naming it something generic to start with? Like, did somebody new come into the executive suite and was like, I need to do something to prove I'm useful?
Probably.
Change the online service name. Why? Because.
No. Change the online service name. To what? Just drop the network. Why?
But so we have better news. Actually, today even. I don't know where this got announced, but it made the rounds. So we've got Penny Parker joining Marvel Tokon. And she'll be a part of the Amazing Guardians, which is Spidey, Miss Marvel, Star-Lord, and now Penny. Which makes this basically Peters and their amazing friend.
Yeah.
Beyond that, we are getting custom team names if you do something beyond the prescribed 4-man teams. So we have a Magic, Wolverine, Spider-Man, Star-Lord team of Hellbound Outlaws, and then a Penny, Danger, Doom, Iron Man team of Sugoi Geniuses. Otherwise, Penny is basically Penny. There's not much else to say. They do a lot of different designs for Penny and Spider, I guess is what you call her mech.
Yep.
Because this is a very different take on Penny in terms of design. It's a lot more like squat and like it's less like a giant robot and more of like a proper spider mech. Like it kind of reminds me of the spider bots from the old Spider-Man cartoon. It's kind of what it invokes. Yeah, not much else. We still have more characters in 3 other teams, so we'll probably hear more eventually. Now we have a suite of Digimon news from DigiCon. That was last night while we were streaming. We'll just cover the video game stuff. So Elysian, which is their Digimon TCG client that is going on mobile, I think, just at the moment. They don't have it going PC just yet. I kind of hope they go put it on PC just for convenience. No major updates, but they did show they've got a battle screen. They've got digivolving animations. They've got special arts for rarities. And they've also got new cards for stuff that is exclusive to this game. Still no release date, unfortunately, so we don't know when this is coming out just yet. I hope it comes out soon, because I would like to play this, because I've been wanting to play the Digimon TCG, but have had no means to play the TCG. We have a new mobile game that got announced called Digimon Up. This will be a monster raising mobile game. Has brand new sprite art. Has the Digivices from all the different shows present and cards. This will be different than some of the other ones, since it will be specifically raising the Digimon rather than like an RPG or anything like that. So and lastly, we are getting an expansion to Digimon Time Stranger. This will be an expansion DLC. It'll come out next year. And they said that the top 20 will be, or maybe not the top 20. They said that the poll results that they put out there for Digimon that you'd want to see in a game will be under consideration for Digimon that they add to the game. And we got basically the top 10. So number 1 was Gamamon, which is your lead Digimon from the last Digimon show. Lugermon from the kind of mixed media that they were doing at the same time. He's the lead from that. A couple more lead ones, a couple Frontier Digimon. It's basically, there's not really any surprises, all things considered. It feels like it's the Pokemon you would expect if you know what Pokemon are popular and what people are paying attention to. But what's going into this, we don't know yet. And like I said, we're not seeing this until next year. So, any thoughts on the suite of Digimon stuff?
No.
Fair. And then last up, have you ever wanted to go to a Minecraft theme park?
I can't really say that I have.
Well, now you can, because there's one opening in the UK. At Chessington World of Adventures in Greater London. We've got Minecraft World with a Minecraft roller coaster and the world's biggest Minecraft shop, and Minecraft themed food, interactive adventures, and more. So, yeah, we're getting a Minecraft theme park. Okay. Any thoughts?
No. I mean, meh.
Fair. I'm kind of surprised it took this long, but I'm also like, it feels like no one mainstream cared about Minecraft until like the last 3 years.
Until the movie?
basically. Like, Minecraft exists in the popular culture, but no one really wanted to do anything with that until recently. But that is all the news. We've got releases. We've got a really fun one to start with. You remember that Dissidia game we talked about?
Vaguely.
The Dissidia game that dropped the Final Fantasy characters in the modern day and had them dress like regular people?
Vaguely.
Okay. eToro for Android and iOS. I can't wait for that to be dead within 6 months. Because again, people have no idea how often this shit fails. I know people poke at Concord and now at Highguard being like, haha, these games failed so quick. And I go, do you have any idea of the graveyard that they are buried in? It is a lot bigger than you think. And people get dropped off in there, or games get dropped off in there so often. It's ridiculous. Let's see. On the 24th, Nobody Wants to Die for Series X and PlayStation 5. And Nickelodeon Splat Pack for PS5 and Switch. On the 25th, Disney Dreamlight Valley for Switch 2. For those who want Disney Animal Crossing, basically. Warframe is coming to Switch 2. Yay! On the 26th, Borderlands 4, Matt Ellie and the Vault of the Damned for Series X and PlayStation 5. Life is Strange Reunion for Series X and PlayStation 5. Sonic Racing Crossworlds Switch 2 Edition for Switch 2.
I thought it already was.
It might have been out on the Switch, but not the Switch 2.
Huh.
Unless this is a physical release of it.
Maybe. But I thought it was already on the Switch 2, but unless it's just Switch 1 compatibility.
Maybe. Mario Brothers Wonder Switch 2 Edition plus Meetup in Bella Bell Park for Switch 2. So, yay, new Wonder content.
Which I might end up jumping back into Wonder just to try it.
It seemed like they focused more on the minigame parts of that DLC rather than, I think, the proper level part for some reason. Because there is proper levels in there.
Yeah.
Because I think you're fighting all of the Koopa kids in the levels. We also got Virtual 5 Revo World Stage 30th Anniversary Edition as a Switch 2 keycard. Heck, damn it. Thought I looked and made sure I didn't miss one. We have John Fart Textiverse of Craziness for Xbox One Series X. We also got Marvel Maximum Collection for Series X, PlayStation 5, and Switch. That's a collection of Marvel arcade games. And Mega Man Star Force Collection, or Star Force Legacy Collection for Xbox One Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch. That is all of the Mega Man Star Force games, which are a follow-up from the Mega Man EXE games. On the 31st, Legacy Kane Ascendance for Series X, PlayStation 5, and Switch 2. Or Switch and Switch 2. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness for the GameCube Switch emulator. Yay! And then River City Ball and Brawl Bundle and River City Basketball for the NES emulator, I assume. On April 1st, Goat Simulator 3 for Switch 2.
Yep, that would be on point.
That is it. You can find the full list in the notes down below if you're on the YouTube. So, anything else?
No.
All right, then. Tomorrow, I'm making up for the cat stream I missed on Thursday. I'll probably just knock it out in one stream. Because of the new gotcha art stuff, there is a sword I wanted to make for Majade, basically. So, I had it in my head for a while, and it's like, I could probably knock this out in the stream. So, we'll probably do that tomorrow. And then Thursday, we'll pick up with Kiva and figure out the other half of its wings. So that's where I'm at on Kiva. Friday, we are continuing Tales from the Cube with Crystal Chronicles, which is the co-op Final Fantasy for those that don't know. So we might do that co-op.
I mean, I'd be game for that.
Yeah. That's kind of the point of them, so. Saturday, we'll continue our seed. Hopefully, Spectrum doesn't attempt to kill the seed again. And then next Sunday will be more TGSR with Kyoji. And in 2 weeks, we'll be talk about more stuff. Maybe we'll have a substantial Lego Pokemon leak, because there's one tiny Lego Pokemon leak that happened the last couple weeks, but it was just like, here's Eevee. And I go, yep, that's certainly what an Eevee will look like in Lego. That was it. A minifigure scale Eevee for clarity. So maybe we'll have something for that. I feel like we're close to having that at this point. I can't wait for them to be like, here's Lego Pokemon, here's all the Smart Play shit, because people have gotten to try out Smart Play with Lego Star Wars, and it's went badly. Like, no one has liked Lego Smart Play. No one. And Pokemon's supposed to be chock full of that shit. But yeah, that's what we got between now and then. So if you like what you've seen, folks, drop a follow. Really appreciate it. Exclamation point YouTube chat gets the YouTube archive for this and all our other streams. Or weekly co-op for 2019 goes up, because there's still a lot more that I need to schedule. Like, a lot more. Like, I think I still have like 5 months worth. Exclamation point social and chat gives the handles for our social media, and exclamation point Discord and chat, Discord link, drop by, say hi, and we'll see you tomorrow, folks.